Yeah. Christy in Toronto. If there's time, I'd love to share my experience from trying Tad's advice to try and generate new business with a low risk introductory offer. Maybe Tad would have some feedback.
Sure, sounds great.
Hi, good to see you again. I'm surprised you got to me, so I'll be brief. So I think around March or April, I spoke to you and you were doing the Meantime program. And I'm a massage therapist who opened a business. And I'm not getting the numbers I need for a viable business. So you said make the risk low. So I did the free 30 minutes with the option to add on. And I made no nonsense kind of like things where I would give out to people. And it told them all they had to do was to email me to book. And when they did, I would give them information on how they could extend it for a nominal fee. But the thing I found interesting was I gave these to people who I had a rapport with, and they never took advantage of it. And then I followed up with one of these people. And this is a person who helped me. Like, she took photos of me for my business. And I'm like, how come you didn't email me? It was like 2 weeks, please email me within 2 weeks. And she felt kind of embarrassed that she would probably not be able to take advantage of the services at all or much beyond the free offer. And I'm like, and then I explained to her, I'm like, but you could talk about it. There's so many other benefits to you participating, even if it doesn't mean you become a client. So I had that conversation with one of the people I gave the little ticket to. And the only person that it worked with, frankly, was a complete stranger, someone that I had no association with, that I met at a cycling event. And she's rebooked her husband, she's rebooked herself. So I found it really interesting that the barrier with someone I know was higher than with a complete stranger. And then I did the one-on-one thing, like you mentioned. And then I also tried like a passive flyer, and I made this one. And it was at a yoga dance studio. And I'm friends with the owner, and 0 right next to the entrance. It was passive. I didn't expect much, but I was surprised that she said one person asked her how to redeem the offer. And it was literally, the instructions were so easy. They were like, it was like on here, but that was my experience. And it was interesting. So I don't know what kind of feedback you have if I were to try something like this in the future.
Well, my question, there's 2 different parts. What do you make of it that a stranger took you up on the offer and a friend didn't?
I've had this effect in the past where I've had more support from strangers than I've had my own, than I've had from acquaintances. So I'm not surprised. I think there's a pressure with people who know me to feel obligated. So that was interesting. I also gave one randomly to a librarian when I was looking at books for massages. And she's like, oh, are you a massage therapist? I really need a massage. And I gave her this and I was like, just email me within 2 weeks. And that was a stranger, but she never did. So it's been very hit or miss. And I don't think it's a bad approach, but maybe I need to tweak it. But I won't offer it in the fall because that's my money-making season, but maybe during another slow season, I could try it again. But if you have any tips to tweak my approach.
Yeah. Well, so just for everyone, I would lift that up. It's just interesting to notice, hey, the people closest to her were the least likely to redeem it. So yeah, a lot of this is they love you and they want to take care of you. And they know that, oh, I'm actually not able to financially afford this. So I don't want to take advantage of her time. I don't want to use her time, to when I know I'm not going to be spending money. So that's not a negative. That's a positive. This is wonderful. Second is I think some people, I think that some people would rather get this kind of intimate body work from people they don't know. Sometimes it's just too close. And a lot of people would prefer it being a stranger just in general. And then in terms of the poster, that doesn't surprise me at all. But here's the thing, because a lot of this feels too good to be true. This is the major feedback I give to everyone, is this sense of, what's the catch? It's too good to be true. 30 minutes free. Why? Probably because there's going to be a big pitch and I'm going to feel a lot of pressure. So what's important is when these are given away, we tell people why. So you can just say, look, here's the thing. It's my slow season. I don't give these away during the busy season, but it's my slow season. And I don't, I just have more space right now. And even when people don't ever come back, if they've had a positive experience, they often, spread the word, and it can help me get clients. And so, even if you're thinking you won't, you're not sure you'd come back, or, this can still be worth it if that feels true for you. We just have to let people know why. Whenever we're giving a really, really good deal, it's important to let people know, here's the selfish reason I'm doing this, and just be open about it. But also to reassure people, like, look, there's no pitch. There's no like big hard close coming with this. If you want to upgrade, you'll be able to, for more time. And, and if it feels like it might be a fit, then we can talk about booking more sessions, but just no pressure, no funny business. We have to acknowledge what the risks are, the concerns they have, and just probably speak to those as they're being given away. And the other thing I might do is, it might just be everyone who sees you, give them one of those and say, look, I want to give you these 2. You only get 2 a year. The only thing I ask is that you give them to people of a similar caliber to yourself. Like people you would really love for me to have as a client, people who you think could really use some ongoing body work. That's the only catch. But you've got these 2. Please feel free to pass them on as needed. So I might do that, and invite their support in that way. And then, but yeah, something like this, I mean, just to have them in the back pocket, not a bad idea. A lot of it won't turn out, but it
was a very interesting finding that I had really, really good success in one area that I thought would be hit or miss, and the area that I thought I would have success in with the people, we're not best friends. So I understand the reluctance to get body work done by someone who's like an acquaintance or a friend. We're more like, this is my makeup artist at Shoppers Drug Mart, or like, this is my cashier at the grocery store. So, but there was still a barrier there, and that was very surprising for me.
Yeah. It's sometimes easier with a stranger. It's sometimes easier with a complete stranger. So yeah, thank you so much for giving us the update on that.